Aloha, the realm of service, involves a great bit of consciousness. Deep breath in. I already did it without letting go. Deep breath in. Being here. Deep breath in. Now what? Now what? Now what? Using those 3 deep breath practices to anchor us into this moment, we dive into the 12th distinction of an extraordinary life. You've been on this journey for a while now. What are you noticing? Are you noticing a shift in your consciousness? Are you noticing consciousness as the fact of awareness by the mind of itself in the world? You know, oh, I exist. I am. I am. The extraordinary definition of consciousness is when we take that I amness and we enter into portals and create rituals. Portals are those dimensions of time and space that transport us somewhere else. It could be the portal of writing your own memoir. It could be the portal of learning a hula dance. It could be the portal of learning a particular piece of music on the piano that was composed during a particular era in time. Creating rituals are the ways of transitioning from one thing to the next with meaning, with exploration, with deep, loving attention. What happens is, at times, these waves of existential loneliness, emptiness, and then the subsequent busyness create feelings of bankruptcy within ourselves. We get soul starvation. We get spiritually bankrupt. We need to realign with what matters most in our life. These videos each day have been here to help inspire you to develop your morning rhythm. What are these principles that inspire you to take your life to the next level? Consciousness is inviting that awareness to be infused with a little bit more grace. And you'll notice this in the grace in the transitions of your day-to-day life. It becomes a remedy to invite in grace. Fill up with grace and then extend grace to others. One way we can do this is to pay attention to the natural world. When we get outside, we can create space for grace to enter our hearts and work in a way that is indeed miraculous. Bring consciousness to your open heart. And I think listening to your heart, you can't go wrong. So there are 3 golden ground rules for consciousness. One is do one thing really well. Declare your moonshot. I don't know if I've talked about moonshot in this series yet. Moonshot is that declaration of what by when. It's that something extraordinary that wouldn't otherwise happen. It is when man landed on the moon. It was phenomenal. The moonshot is your everyday purpose that gets you out of bed. You woke up this morning. God has a plan for you. Have you opened your ears to hear what it is? What is your moonshot? Declare your moonshot. Develop rituals around it. If you're a writer, develop the ritual practice of writing. Have your cup of coffee. Have your walk to get your juices flowing. Sit down at the same table with your altar of awareness and do the ritual of writing. I've given you some prompts to work with. Play with them. If your moonshot is to get sober, develop a ritual around going to meetings, getting a sponsor, asking for help. Develop a ritual of pouring yourself into serving others. Develop a ritual of hugging your beloved upon arrival when you come home in the evening. Develop a ritual of tenderly looking in the mirror with a soft gaze as you release the pinch and soften the palms of your hands, the soles of your feet, the corners of your eyes, the base of your tongue. Imagine your innards like a sponge that's been wrung out, and you just release it. You release the pinch. You feel your vagus nerve reestablishing a sense of calm. I don't know if you hear it in my voice. I just totally calmed myself down. It's amazing. This is consciousness in action. This is using our awareness to be a powerful, powerful thing. I think of consciousness as tofu, the tofu of the mind. It absorbs whatever's around it. I don't know if you eat tofu. I guess it's like a marinade on any meat, chicken, whatever you soak it in, it starts to taste like it. Our consciousness is like that. What do you soak yourself in? What's in your environment? Uplift your environment. Make your bed. Get outside. Hydrate wildly. Shift the drift of multitasking and the social media drains of your energy. That's another one of the ground rules, the golden guidelines. Say no to everything and let it prove to you why it is a yes. Shoot! You really want to take control of your day-to-day rhythm? Say no to everything until it proves itself a wild yes. Get a hell yes out of things. See everything as a hell no until it proves itself as a yes. I think Warren Buffett said this. You can have 20, 25 passionate desires, purposes, visions, designs for living, but the true ones that master it, they know how to say no to all the extraneous, the distractions. Throw yourself wildly into your purpose. Let your consciousness guide you. Let your intuition guide you. Marry the conscious mind with the unconscious mind. Take a walk on the beach, which here in Hawaii is the place of the consciousness, the land, the Kane energy, meeting the Kanaloa, the unconscious, the ocean energy. Where those two meet is a magical realm of creation. Choose wisely. Adopt self-sovereignty. Practice enlightened self-care. And hydrate wildly as you entertain the idea that your consciousness can be uplifted, that we can have greater conscious connection. Here's the briefest recap of relational health I can give you, particularly around romantic relationships. We meet, mate, and procreate. We fall in love. We have a chemical cascade of connection that gets us to bond. Then we fall into the power struggle. We are not me. That person I fell in love with that gave me all the feel-good vibes is now withholding them, and we feel like our drug dealer just took our drug of choice away from us. No. Conflict is growth trying to happen. We are wounded in relationship. We heal in relationship. We bring our best self forth. We advocate wildly for our partner's well-being. We step more fully into conscious partnership. And imagine what's possible when we dwell in the realm of resilience. We're stronger than we think. We don't have to dwell in woe is me. When we dwell in compassion for self and enjoy skillful means with others, we bravely, courageously open our heart when we want to shut down. And we step more wildly and fully into the realm of service and recognize it is only by giving that we continue to receive. It is only by giving what has been so freely given to us that we can then carry on this incredibly joyous journey of life. I hope these words have resonated with you. Dwell, dwell, dwell in these three realms. Tomorrow I will give you some practices. The next day we will have our meditation. And then I invite you to join me in a deeper dive of what's possible. Stay tuned. Aloha and be well. You matter. Your relationships matter.